It's 7:02. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Wells,
Here.
Mrs. Cronin,
Here.
Ms. Shannon, Mrs. Burton,
Here.
Mr. Clark,
Here.
Ms. Daniels, EPA.
Here. Welcome guests,
Well,
staff, everyone. Any individuals in the audience wishing to ask questions or make any presentations should refer to the presentation of agenda items. Refer to the presentation of agenda items, questions from the floor. Anyone wishing to speak should take the floor. Next, we have the adoption of the agenda. We have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented. Moved by Shane, second by Proctor Harris. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
yes.
EPA,
Yes.
Ms. Shannon, Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
Now, if may I have a motion to approve the minutes for the August 4th, 2025 meeting as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Proctor Harris, second by Shane. Roll call, please.
Ms. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
EPA,
Yes.
Ms. Shannon,
Yes.
Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
Now, may I have a motion to approve the executive session minutes, which was held on August 4th, 2025?
Second.
Motion by Turner, second by Mr. Clark. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
EPA,
Yes.
Ms. Shane,
Yes.
Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
All right. Any person wishing to speak on any item will be granted 5 minutes to make his or her presentation at that time. On request from the individual, any questions as an item not on the agenda will be deferred until questions from the floor. Next, we have our finance treasury report. Mr. Clark.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So in your package, you have a treasurer's report for August 2025. And it shows accumulated revenue collected for the month, for the year rather, 901,036.19. It shows expenditures, 4,217,795. The beginning fund balances have not been added yet. The treasurer's office is running a little bit behind, and they will be added hopefully by the next meeting. Any questions?
All right, there's no question. Any questions for it? Next, we will have our payroll for August 15th. Mr. Treasurer, yes. That's right. All right, can I get a motion to approve the treasurer's office?
So second.
Moved by Burton, second by Proctor Harris. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
EPA,
Yes.
Ms. Shane, Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
Next, we have payroll for August 15th and 29th. Ms. Burton?
Thank you, Madam President. We have payroll for August 15th and 29th, 2025, in the amount of $1,396,380.35. May I have a motion to accept payroll if there are no further questions to come before the board?
Second. Motion by Shane, second by Wells. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
EPA,
Yes.
Ms. Shane, Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
You can continue with bills payable, please.
I shall, thank you. We have payables for August 2025 in the amount of $1,190,791.79. That gives us a total payroll and payables, $2,587,172.14. However, this item is for bills payables only. May I have a motion to accept payables?
So moved.
Moved by Proctor Harris, second by Turner. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
EPA,
Yes.
Ms. Shane,
Yes.
Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
Thank you. Next, we have our property tax collection report. Mr. Clark?
Property tax collections for the year to date, is $6,998,742, which is about 94%, 94.1% of the first extension. The second bills have gone out, so we should start collecting on the second bill, sometime this month or next month.
Is there any questions, comments? Next, we have our board committee reports. First is our building committee report. Mr. Clark?
Hello, everybody. So for this month, I have a few updates to some of the buildings. For TAF 2, HVAC units have been installed on the west end of TAF's building. Contractors have completed the remaining 25% of the roofing project, and are currently waiting for the manufacturer to inspect the work for the warranty purposes. For Madison, they face some issues with the power grid, resulting in multiple blowouts that have caused the rooftop AC units to shut down. These power surges poses a particular risk to all devices in the building, such as the desktops and the HVAC's hardware. This issue also affected the HVAC unit in our 5th grade area, leading to this temporary shutdown. This situation is the primary reason why the district has taken steps to prepare for a generator to be installed. October the 13th, electrical contractor will completely shut down Madison's entire building. The purpose of the shutdown is to reduce the electrical service from 2 transformers to 1. Also, Mr. Neer hired a contractor to excavate a drain pipe on the east side of the building to repair blockage in the sewage lines. As far as Coolidge goes, the fine arts have started. They're working on that. Today, they started preparing floors for finishing. Then Eisenhower has no reports. That ends my reports for me.
Any comments or questions, board members? Next, we have finance. Ms. Burton?
Thank you so much. We did have the fiscal year 2026 budget. It is on the agenda this evening, and a public hearing for that particular budget was held at 6:45 this evening as well. That concludes my report. And we also have another meeting in the continuation of the Finance Committee of the Whole for October. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Any questions, comments? Next, we have personnel and award, public relations, Ms. Turner.
Good evening, everyone. Ms. Bradley, would you like to come forward and give us some information?
Sure. Good evening. How is everyone? It's that time of year again for us to bring our running shoes out to Coolidge. Running, walking, biking,
Cheering on the side.
cheering on the sidelines, all those things. Coming up soon. And it's only $20. Not bad. So, it's a good cause that our class does, and we get to eat pink for that day. One other thing that I want to add is the Village of South Holland is having their annual training. So that's when they will, normally what they'll do is they'll burn a house for training across from them on Walsall. Those houses that are missing, they will, they'll take a house if they're no longer using it, we're gonna tear down and just burn it. So anyhow, starting tomorrow to the 11th, you may see some black smoke in the area, but that's just in training. Anyone have anything else happening in their communities? Did I miss? They do it every year. Every year. Yeah. Every year they do that. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. You don't do it next year? No, this month. The Phoenix Public Library, and I'll send you the invite. It will be having their annual gala. It's a Coolidge reunion sponsored by the Phoenix Public Library and a sneaker ball. So this year it's October 25th. Tickets $75 with dinner and a very nice band. So hopefully you guys will support us.
For this year, could we just give the $20 if we can't do the running?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they.
always.
I'm sure.
Yeah, well, absolutely, thank you.
I said dollars.
You said.
All right. Concludes all that I have.
Thank you, Ms. Bradley. That's the end of our report,
Any questions or comments, board members? All right, next, policy, Ms. Shane.
We will, in action 10E, press issue 119, policy updates, I'll have our second reading. So, there's nothing further.
Negotiations, Ms. Burton.
Happily to report that we have no moves at this time.
We have goals since Ms. Daniels is not here. Ms. Shane, would you like to report on goals?
All right, the goals chair, we have a button bar on the side, you can go through kind of some of the items that the chairperson shared with the board, and then we'll possibly discuss it at our next board, or if she calls for a goals meeting.
Did she talk about maybe, we were holding goals?
We talked about that might be a good possibility.
Because we need to talk about not following the board.
Right, so
But
there's
the
board
superintendent
goals and
that's the superintendent.
Because we have to be in compliance with the
Right.
superintendent.
Right.
So I think we need to, I'm sorry. No, we need to focus primarily on this, just the superintendent goals at this time. And then the board goals will follow, because we don't have to be in compliance where that's concerned.
So she's going to, I'll speak with her, right, let us know about them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you. And then,
Next is curriculum and technology. Dr. Harris.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Varner will come to us with our curriculum update, and then Mr. Roth will follow with technology.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Wedding number 2, as I call Institute Day, will be happening next Monday, believe it or not. So we're ready at the Institute Day for next time. In your box, you should have seen an orange sheet.
Yeah.
All right, I got a picture. Oh, I printed that was the one thing. Okay. So if you notice, the one that has the memo on it, you'll see that it's in Spanish. So remember when I talked about that we won the $10,000 for the bilingual award?
Yeah.
Well, that had to be put forward into professional development. So on Institute Day, we're using that $10,000 and we're gonna have all the bilingual teachers and ESL teachers. They're gonna be trained using a WIDA workshop coordinator. WIDA is the conglomerate that makes the access test. So the entire session will be in Spanish. So what it is it's developing Spanish literacy. So with our bilingual program, we have the percentages change over time, but we need to develop their primary language in order to have a strong secondary language. So I wanted you to see what the teachers are gonna get in Spanish, but I didn't want you to have to use Google Translate. So if you look at the other side, you guys can see that I translated the agenda so that way you can see what the objective is for that time. Another question came up about whether or not we had more ESL students this year than last year by going to the open houses. So just as a purview of what was reported on the school report card, we were 21.8% English learners last year versus the state at 16.4%. At Taft, we had 23.7%, Eisenhower was 29.5, Madison was 20.9, and Coolidge was 16.7. So that's just some information. We will be capturing kids throughout time because as kids are coming in, we're doing more screenings because remember they do that home language survey. Everybody who's been in education had to fill it out. Do they speak another language outside the house? So if they do, they fill that out. So we've been going through and screening and screening and screening and screening. And then we're trying to determine who is an English, who is an EL student, who is not. So that won't be finished until October, just so you know. So that's the EL side. On curriculum, we just finished a new teacher meeting. Dr. McNair was the first presenter. So we did that on parent communication. So when it's Dr. McNair's time, then I'm sure he can give more information on that. So what he really focused on was trying to understand how we communicate with parents and also understanding different backgrounds of students when we're talking to parents. So he focused on making sure that we have a strong connection between the home and school. The next section will be on September 25th with me for parent-teacher conferences, and we finished math testing.
Thank
So
you.
that's done.
Thank you, Dr. Varner. Mr. Rob.
IAR won't be until March. So the sport, I'm sorry. So, what, we have some sport,
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Sorry.
So we'll do that next
We
month.
just had a question. I just had a question they needed to
Okay.
ask.
Go ahead.
So, Ms. Turner, IAR scores, so what happened was starting last year, so from the entire time it was park, and remember, it was 2 sections of park, then 1 section of park, then IAR. So what the state did last year is they took the 5 levels and they took them down to 4 levels.
Right.
So what happens now is all of the kids are being thrown into these 4 levels of charts. So what the state is saying that they put the kids into a temporary chart, but that chart isn't finalized until the end of September.
Okay.
So then that wouldn't be until the next board report, because if something happens, and if Ray Clemente, who's the statistician of the state, says, you know what, we're gonna do a final change up because this student was 120 days not to South Holland, but to Tinley. Or if this student was, they should have been in this category, not that category, they told us to hold tight on those until they could finalize that particular chart. So that's why I didn't want to present it until they were actually finalized.
Because I know some districts do have their sport and they have split it. And I was wondering, what happened to ours, because just go down there, they explained it's about the 4 different, they had 5. At least if it's geared towards the high schools to put the
Yes.
SAT.
Yeah, so their thinking was a couple fronts. We have, so the science test also was taken underneath the umbrella. So what they did is they actually changed they flexed also the science scores into those different categories. So they actually ended up making the science scores a little bit more difficult. And then IAR and ELA and math a little bit on the, I don't want to say on the easier side, but they were trying to make sure that they were getting more 4s and 5s into the categories because Illinois was designated one of the hardest states in the country for their state testing. So I'm always hesitant to do it until they actually say that they're done, because I've had scores before where they look one way and then all of a sudden I'm finding kids in contesting scores against the state. Where I've said, no, that student was mine for 120 days, but then they've given them the Beecher, they've given them the Crete, they've given them the CPS.
Okay.
And so I like to keep all my scores together.
That's kind of, I was like,
Sorry, Mr. Robin.
Thank you, Dr. Varner.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I just have a few quick things to share with you. Our cybersecurity pilot program, we have selected a fund and are moving forward with that. Just a reminder, that's about $56,000 that we received. It's similar to E-rate funds, but just for cybersecurity. That's over a 3-year period. When that's all done, the expectation is that these will be used that we needed, and we will continue on with them. But only the government knows if more funding is needed. This funding has to be specifically separate from regular E-rate funding. So it's going to be very helpful to our district. email protection, desktop, kind of advanced antivirus, things that really we need to be safe. We also, I have a part in here about our network infrastructure, and that is the E-rate side of it, stuff that we applied for last year. We're going to be replacing the missing switches here. And that will help district-wide if everything comes together. I listed out kind of what kind of things that's going to help with and what we hope to do past that's some of our future goals. And I also mentioned our laptop cards. They're good to go now. We want to improve some of the things that we're doing with them, get repairs out faster, get a loaner system plugged in better than anything. And this will be especially helpful next year and the year after when we start replacing student devices at Madison High School. But that's what you'll see a lot from this year is some of our goals are just to work on our documentation, improving that. Some of it is really outdated and just hasn't kept up with some of the changes we've made, and just make ourselves more efficient. That's all I have to share with you.
Thank you.
Are there any questions or comments, board members? Okay, we're gonna continue on to the IASBW board, Shane.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have nothing to report.
Thank you. Next is scope, Ms. Park Harris.
Good evening. I know Congress is about to go back into session, so maybe next month we'll have some more information, and I think Dr. Hill probably could elaborate on that.
Yeah, there should be, they're gonna have a joint meeting between SCOPE and the ISCs. And so that's going to take place on Monday, September 22nd at 1 p.m. So there will be a discussion of what they anticipate coming up. So I'm certain that there will be some kind of reports on what they're doing after, once that meeting is done. And Mrs. Proctor Harris, I have signed up on our behalf to go.
Oh,
If you would like to attend also, and
is it Zoom?
no, actually, this one's in person, which is kind of crazy, because usually they do,
No, I did
So,
one before.
But if it's something that you would like to and you're free that
Okay,
day,
I have to
let
check
me know
my
and
schedule.
I'll register you, but I am registered, so I will be able to bring you back the
Okay.
information.
Thank you.
Where is it? That's at the Eisenhower,
Oh, in what? Blue Island.
President,
That's Blue.
yeah,
I'll let you know.
Thank you. Was that it?
Yes, second.
Okay, next is upcoming meetings and events, Ms. Shane.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The upcoming meetings and events are as follows. Tuesday, September the 9th, Coolidge Middle School open house from 6 to 7:30. Hope everyone will be able to attend and support Coolidge. On Monday, September 15th, Teacher Institute Day, from School for Students. Wednesday, September 24th, annual reading night, Eisenhower at 5:30. Monday, October 6th, committee of the whole at JDAC 6:30. Is the committee of the whole at 7 o'clock, the regular board meeting. Wednesday, October the 8th, Hispanic Heritage Program, Coolidge at 9:30 a.m. Friday, October 10th, Parent Teacher Conference Day, no school for students. And Saturday, October 11th, Class 5K, Colleen Peak, Coolidge, 8 a.m. And each board member, you have the flyer already for that. And Ms. Proctor Harris, who already enlightened us about the Friends of the Phoenix Public Library, this involved with Union Gala. And we should, person else.
There's a code on that to pay.
Okay, well, so where would they get one of those?
Library.
From the Phoenix Library.
So they can reach out to one of us and we'll direct you
Okay,
where
so
you can get
staff,
your ticket.
okay, so staff, if you're interested in supporting this gala, just contact Mrs. Wells or even Mrs. Proctor Harris. I'll be happy to assist you.
I wanted to ask you, because I see that you can pay via cash out, but the district can write a check
Yeah.
too, right? Okay, because that wasn't on there, so that was a
Yeah.
question that Dr.
Well, we
Wilson.
set up an
Invitation. So,
Shane.
and I know that, oftentimes the board likes to support things like this by doing a sponsorship or something like that. So if that is something that the board would like to do, please let me know, and then we will arrange accordingly, for, you know, if the board would like to be one of the sponsors, or would like the district to be one of the sponsors.
Yeah, because I didn't go to my district. You didn't go to school?
Your kids did.
And so those, so you
Well, we're
can my
supporting
kids.
the library.
So we are, yes, okay.
Okay.
Then we will take care of that, and then Mrs. Proctor Harris will reach out to you,
Yes.
once we get a check.
They can go there in that corner too. Make faces.
So Madam Chair, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Next we have our enrollment report. Ms. Daniels is not here. Ms. Turner, thank you.
Okay. For the end of the month, enrollment report, Coolidge had 451 students. Eisenhower had 263 students. Madison had 276 students. Taft had 312 students, which is a grand total of 1,302 students for the month of August.
It's actually up from this time last year.
Yes.
And we're continuing to add, so we will anticipate enrollment to be higher this year.
I have a question.
Yes.
There was a presentation on the attendance, of how attendance had gone down. Not attendance,
Chronic absenteeism.
the chronic absenteeism, right. So, my question was, what did you guys do that made that difference? What did you do to make a big difference because it was a great big difference?
Do you want a short answer or would you like,
A real short answer.
just a real short answer is that those people over there chased down
Okay,
parents and kids.
okay,
And every time somebody did not show up
okay.
or came late multiple days in a row, they called parents, they went to homes, they brought in social workers, sent
Okay.
them to call parents, sent them to homes. And in addition to all of that, they built in incentives
Okay,
and did tracking. Like at Eisenhower, you could walk through the hallway and it would show you, like yesterday, what was the attendance rate. So they, quite honestly, they just
okay.
badgered everybody and chased them down, and so, yeah, that was what made the difference, and they're doing the same thing this year, because we need to continue that improvement.
Because that's what I was wondering, what was the plan? So, I'm assuming we don't have a truant officer.
No, we do not have a truant officer. In those situations where a child has real chronic absenteeism, we have the ability to work with ISC4, and to report them there. ISC4 does, have a truant officer,
Right.
and so we can work with them. But quite honestly, we find that we get the best results with the personal touch.
Well,
Of
I
having
just wanna
Dr.
make sure-
McNair show up at your house.
I just want to make sure that they're safe.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
when they-
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So-
absolutely.
So is it a security person that goes with them when they go out, or you guys just go out on your own?
No, maybe not.
All right, Dr. McNair.
Now,
I'm
you
glad
know
you
Dr.
said that.
McNair.
Yeah, we
I'm
know.
glad you said that because it will be wrote down, and so if something happens, I'm gonna say, you said you was gonna be okay. All right? Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you so very much for that. Okay, that's the end of our report for the moment.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. Next, we have action items, personnel. Ms. Turner, thank you.
Personnel.
The personnel update for September the 8th, 2025. I have for employment, I have Megan Amend, teacher at Taft, effective August 11, 2025. Destiny Talley, paraprofessional for Taft, effective August 18, 2025. Jay Williams, paraprofessional at Taft, effective August 2025, August 25th, 2025. Danielle Cross, paraprofessional at Madison, effective August 25th, 2025. Marcel Williams Jr., paraprofessional at Madison, effective August 27th, 2025. Alvin Petty, paraprofessional at Madison, effective August 28th, 2025. And Nicole Gibbons, paraprofessional at Coolidge, effective August 28th, 2025. Can I get a motion to accept all these employments?
Motion by Shane, second by Parker Harris, roll call.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mrs. Clark,
Yes.
EPA,
Yes.
Ms. Shane, Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
Okay, for personnel update again for September the 8th for FMLA, I have Catherine Kirscher, teacher at Taft, effective September the 14th, 2025 to December the 19th, 2025. Return date of March 23rd, 2026. FMLA not to exceed 12 weeks is allowed her. Dominique Cross, teacher at Coolidge, effective August 19th, 2025 to June 12th, 2026. Return date March 23rd, 2026. Tentative, intermittent FMLA not to exceed 12 weeks as allowed until eligible. Can I get a motion for the FMLA?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Clark, second by Ms. Burton.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
EPA,
Yes.
Ms. Shane,
Yes.
Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
For resignations, I have Peyton Van Dalen, paraprofessional at Madison, effective August 4th, 2025. Latoya Lee, paraprofessional at Taft, effective August 5th, 2025. Petra Betancourt, paraprofessional at Coolidge, effective August 5th, 2025. Jerna Starks, paraprofessional at Coolidge, effective August 22nd, 2025. Can I get a motion? Oh, I'm sorry, and two more. Chloe Harris, paraprofessional at Madison, effective September the 4th, 2025. And Dawn Law, teacher at Eisenhower, effective October the 10th, 2025. And can I get a motion to accept all these recommendations?
Second.
Moved by Shane, second by Burton, roll call please.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
EPA,
Yes.
Ms. Shane,
Yes.
Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
Retirement, Sally McDermott, teacher at Eisenhower, effective June 12th, 2026. May I get a motion?
So moved.
Second. Moved by Parker Harris, second by Shane, roll call.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
EPA,
Yes.
Ms. Shane,
Yes.
Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
and Ms. Daniels.
Next, we have, out of the county field trip request for Taft and Coolidge School, to Will DuPage, Page County. Any questions? Comments? Yeah, pumpkin patch, like every year is where, pretty much.
Yeah.
The ordinance,
Yeah, we're just gonna learn about pumpkins.
Right. May I have a motion to approve the out of county field trips?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Parker Harris, second by Burton. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
EPH,
Yes.
Ms. Shane,
Yes.
Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
And we have a motion, can I have a motion to approve tuition reimbursement for August 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Proctor Harris, second by Clark. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
EPH,
Yes.
Ms. Shane,
Yes.
Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
Next, we have your adoption of fiscal year 2026 budget and appropriation ordinance. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Mr. Clark, or anybody has questions or comments? So, we have a motion to adopt the 2026 budget and appropriation ordinance.
Second.
Motion by Shane, second by Burt. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
EPH,
Yes.
Ms. Shane,
Yes.
Mrs. Turner,
Yes.
Mrs. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Daniels.
Next is our press issue, 119 policy. I will turn it over to Ms. Shane.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is the second reading. For the president. Just that, this will be brought back to the board for the October reading, that would be the third reading and, potential adoption. There are several of these that are just board review of policies. So if board members, if there's anything that you have concerns about or would like to see changed. And then there are a few that are updates based on the state and federal laws. But several of them, including, for example, the school district mission, are just for the board to review. And because we're on press now, this will allow us to make sure that we are staying up with every one of those. So that's why, even though we just adopted in March, we're already reviewing now in September. That is so that we get on the cycle. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is administrative reports. Mr. Clark, you have anything to add? Mr. Neal?
Only if you have any questions on anything.
Mr. Neal, we did the building walkthrough. Were those items that we were talking about, were those done or are those still in? We still working on those? Because I know it's just a couple of minor things.
The minor things were already taken care of.
Okay.
There was some other things I think we needed to, I can remember what it was. Just waiting on parts.
Okay.
If that's what the case was, we've already taken care of it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Wilson?
Hello, I just wanted to comment on the all-day preschool. So it is going fantastic. 17 babies enrolled. If you check out my board report, the photos in there are specifically of those full-day pre-K babies.
Okay.
So you will see photos of children sleeping in cots across the classroom, because that was my most stressful part of the all-day program, is whether or not these babies will sleep in the afternoon. And boy, do they ever. We just so busy that we have to shake them up drooling on the side of the cot. So you'll see pictures of that, and then there's also pictures of them eating in the lunchroom for the first time ever. Because typically our pre-K half-day programs eat in the classroom for lunch. But our full-day program gets to eat in the lunchroom with the kindergartners and also have recess with the kindergartners. So it's been a very smooth transition. So thank you for all of your support in making sure that we have the resources and the materials to provide this program.
They using those cots.
They are.
They look comfortable. Do they got those adult size?
Yeah. Well, it's amazing too, because even with all that light shining in, I was like, we're gonna have to get like darkening blankets or something, but
Something.
no, they knock right out.
They
Those
knock
babies
out.
are fast.
When you're ready to sleep, you sleep.
Yeah.
Do they have gym?
Yes, so our full day preschool program has 30 minutes of physical education every day, and they also have 30 minutes of recess. So they have a full hour. And then in the afternoon part of the program, they have an additional 15 minutes of gross motor, and that's when the classroom teacher takes them outside separately on the playground.
They do it time.
Okay, so for the
Their
winter,
parents are happy.
what would they do
Come home and
for the 15 minutes?
So in the winter, they still go outside. As long as the temperature is 32 degrees or there's no precipitation.
Right, so,
So if it's not good for them to go outside, just like our kindergarten and first grade students, then they would have like an indoor playtime recess in the classroom.
for 15 minutes,
Yes.
and the teacher does that?
For that 15 minutes, yes. The 30 minutes of recess time is supervised by the paraprofessional.
Oh, by the paraprofessional?
Yes, all of our paraprofessionals supervise recess.
For 30 minutes?
Yes.
And the pre-K, now remember, if you remember from walking through, pre-K has their own playground. So the only kids that are playing together are the pre-K babies. So when they're out there with their paraprofessionals and everybody, they're in their own space.
Yes.
And
And they're
also-
they're
Go
part of the recess rotation. So our pre-K full day students, they have lunch and recess at the same time as our kindergartners. So they eat in the lunchroom with our kindergartners, and then they go outside for recess with our kindergartners. However, the way we have recess set up, it's in stations. So for example, that pre-K group, on Monday, they're at the pre-K playground playing there. On Tuesday, they might be in the ball station playing with balls. On Wednesday, they might be at the chalk station playing with chalk. So they rotate to a different station each day, and they're supervised by a paraprofessional.
Okay, so I'm not quite sure about how you research it. I thought the paraprofessionals could only be with them for 15 minutes. And that the teacher is supposed to be, but supposed to be a certified teacher there from pre-K. I thought that was a state right
So for
Yes.
the gross motor, that's
Yeah.
why the teacher's with them for the gross motor.
Yes.
So
This
this
is 30 minutes?
that's
No,
the
that's
15 minutes that they have every day.
Mhm.
So
Right.
the teacher's with them for that because that's considered to be the class time. So now that we have full day, this 30-minute recess is not instructional time.
Correct.
The gross motor is considered instructional time, so
Right.
it has to be the teacher. This is not instructional time, so they are allowed to be with the paraprofessionals and other staff in the building, for the building.
Because I thought it was called movement. It's movement for pre-K.
So for, well, for the full day,
It's supposed to be like for the pre-K all day.
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to be 30 minutes for movement.
Yes. So our class actually gets 45 minutes. That's not including recess. So they get 30 minutes with the physical education
Right.
certified teacher.
That's-
And then they get an additional 15 minutes after nap time with their classroom
Right.
teacher.
Yeah, because that's what I was
Yes.
asking about the 30 minute part, because I know the teacher, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that the state come in.
Oh, yeah.
And that it was,
Yeah.
because it has to be set up where they have certain stations that they
Yes.
come in.
and Mrs. Wilson and Dr. Varner, both, work with reaching out to the state to ensure that our times and our schedules were appropriate, since we have both now half-day and full-day. And so they did get that all verified,
Yes.
so, but yes, we are so excited about that, we hope to, expand next year
Yes.
yet again.
Yep.
Any other questions or comments?
So there's only one class, it's just only one class, right?
Just one
Yes.
class.
Currently it's one classroom.
Mr. K?
No, I mean, we have a lot of good news. Third grade for the first time since I've been here. She's scoring to start the year in the 55th percentile in reading. That's the start. So imagine what our goal is going to be at the end of the year if we do what we've typically done. I mean, you're looking at it could be in the 70th percentile. I mean, who knows what we're capable of. We're looking at attendance this month. We haven't dropped below 95% on any given day. We've had attendance multiple times over 97%. I mean, we're really pleased. I think we're going to see some amazing things this year. But if you have any questions regarding my report, please let me know.
Thank you. Dr. McNair?
Yeah, I don't want to get you long-winded, but you know I am. I want to piggyback off what Ms. Kalinsky said about attendance. There's nothing more complicated than attendance. And Mrs. Turner, you alluded to it with the big report that was printed that talked about attendance. Sometimes you need a scalpel rather than a hammer. There's so much distrust of a segment of our population that we service. So when you have people that show up, ICE agents, whomever, that look like an authoritative figure, they're less likely to answer that door. So our connection with people knocking on those doors, when they peek out that window, they see a friendly face. My face sometimes looks mean. But when they see our faces, it's a different response. But there is a lot of distrust in communities. And so that's why sometimes that scalpel helps. But it is complicated. It is extremely complicated. Of course, Dr. Hill alluded to it. There is no blueprint. That's why all the studies are being done and all the stuff is going on. There's no blueprint, but we know in our community what works. Now, some communities, they may need, as you alluded to, armored people and those things. We don't, because of the connection that takes place. And I think you all heard me during our parent night. We talked about that. We said, unless you are triple sick, send your kid. And so that's kind of the message that we echo. And it permeates and it helps, but there is no magic bullet. What we do know works is calling, and visiting, and not threatening. But it's very complicated. We're going to talk about that in the next couple of months as ICE agents come out and all those things. And so that gets more complicated, but we have had success in our attendance because of that connection. And we're going to continue with that. And on the umbrella of that, Dr. Varner talked about new teacher meetings. There's nothing gets me more excited than talking to new teachers about the communities that we service. The communities that we service. And so putting that up on the screen, letting them see we service these 4 communities, and that what will define their career is connection with parents and kids. We will teach them, Dr. Hill and of course Dr. Varner, they prepare our teachers well, the X's and O's, but there's nothing about connecting with people and loving the kids that you teach. That is what will define their career. And so talking to new teachers about that, and giving them some strategies on how to engage people that look different than them, quite frankly, is powerful. And so it was very enjoyable. We like that every year. So I said I wasn't going to be too long. But thanks so much. Thanks so much for that.
Thank you, Dr.
Yeah.
McNair.
Yes, indeed.
Questions or comments for Dr. McNair? Okay, we'll move on. Ms. Rush? Birthday girl?
Yes.
I know, big fan.
It was last week.
Oh, I thought we had.
Who's Friday?
Encourage her.
What day?
September 5th.
Oh,
Yes, Virgo.
my husband was September 2nd. He just told me.
I finally made it to the 50 club.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Just want to add, I didn't focus as much on attendance for a goal, but that of course is still something that we do on a regular. Part of the middle school issue with attendance sometimes is my babies, I call them my babies even though they want to be grown some days, they end up being the babysitter. Sometimes when the younger siblings are sick. So it gets difficult, but I try to meet the parents in the middle as much as I can, explain the importance of them being present at school. But what we also thought is after meeting with Dr. Hartzell, part of our goal definitely is special education, and EPH can contest it, is a little bit different in the middle school sometimes than at the elementary school with the various classes, a little bit more stimuli, bells ringing, and all this different things that does not necessarily happen in the elementary buildings, as well as now the student has to understand how to receive instruction from 5 different people, with 5 different personalities, and still balance all of that. And so we really wanted to focus on that, and then bringing in part of Dr. Hartzell, making sure we partner and work together, we thought was very important to kind of focus
on that, as well as with our ELL population, is we tend to a lot of times focus a lot just on our Spanish speaking students. We wanted to make sure that if we're changing, our community is changing, so it's not only Spanish speaking students that need assistance, it's all about those strategies. And I can tell you, we've had a lot of different villages and the tribal languages in a lot of our African countries. We have a lot of African students, and so a lot of times the dialects and going in between and then understanding them culturally. So how do we make sure that we are servicing all of our ELL students and not just focusing on one specific demographic? So that's why that is part of our goal, in bringing that in and making sure that we bring everyone's culture to the forefront. And any other questions that I might want to answer.
Thank you. Next, we have technology, Mr. Roy.
Nothing bad.
All right, keep it moving. All right.
Hey. So it's been 3 weeks, and I'm very, very grateful for the warm welcome that I have received. So just one addition is tomorrow I'm attending the homeless liaison training at ISC4. I am the liaison for the district, and we had some very interesting cases, so we want to make sure that, we're legal, we're making sure we cross off T's, dot I's. So I'm attending that training tomorrow for homeless liaison.
Thank you. That's it. Dr. Varner.
Just to piggyback on something that Mrs. Rush just stated. As you'll notice over time, if students who are our ELs do not exit from the access test at 5th grade, Dr. McNair, Mrs. Rush, and I can attest that it's very difficult for them to pass that access test in the middle school. Ms. Dr. Harris can also attest to that. So in addition, we hired an additional ESL teacher at Coolidge to kind of help bridge that gap, to provide students with additional support. So he was here last month being approved, and that was Mr. Agenson. So we will have 2 ESL teachers pushing into our English language arts classes, social studies classes, to bridge the gap as Ms. Rush indicates.
How many kids you have on 6th, 7th, and 8th, Rush?
For ELA?
That they're pushing into basically the reading classes?
They're pushing in ELA and they're pushing into social studies. So 6th grade, because we just got a couple more newcomers, sitting at about 15. For 7th grade, 12, and for 8th grade, about 13.
That's great.
So those are larger numbers, and they continue to grow because as we also receive students from CPS and other neighboring districts, and we're tracking all the access scores. I've been on the phone a lot with the language coordinators at different districts, and we're just trying to figure out what it is. What we notice in our district, and what we find particularly at the middle school, speaking is the lowest domain. Kids stop speaking when they get older, and so believe it or not, as much as they talk throughout the day, that is a domain that we need to work on and empower our students, and that's what Ms. Zavala and Mr. Agenson have been focusing on this year to bridge that gap.
That's good.
Any questions? Dr. Varner? All right, next, Mr. Moody, Arts and Enrichment.
Just a couple of brief updates. We were able to attend all 4 open houses. The fine arts team was, including the sign-up night in Madison. Just a couple of notes for the string program. Last year we started off with 20 students. Right now we have about 55 students that have joined district-wide. For the dance program, within the school system, we have about 150 dancers that have signed up, and most of those students have transitioned to our Saturday program as well, which we've expanded to have a new STEM program, as well as theater arts. And right now we're at capacity. And I'm glad to say that most of our students are TAF students that have joined. So we now have 3 classes of the mini movers.
Yes.
And for your request, Ms. Shane, about the trip, we had our first fundraiser. Which one was that?
Oh, I passed along the information about parents, guests.
Oh, okay.
Members, et cetera, who would like to travel also. Where workers fall, what place to fall.
Absolutely.
Along with the parents.
Whatever.
And the community.
That's what I was
So you're allowing parents to go now?
So the parents always had the chance to go. Before we get there, so we had our first fundraiser for the students last week. It was a double good popcorn fundraiser. From September 1st through the 5th, they were able to raise $12,000. Very motivating. Very motivating. And thank you for your patience because we wanted to make sure that we had clarity on how to kind of administrate with so many parents that want to go as well as board members. So the travel company has 2 tiers. For all the students, we have a booked reservations based on the performance. And so we have to travel as 1 unit, certain requirements that they'll have to have. And then for all parents and guests, we have a portal. And that email kind of explained that if you want to make your own accommodations, you have the same package that we'll have as far as kind of meals, accommodations, you stay at the same hotel, participate in all activities, all excursions, but your flight, you have to book that separately. Only because we wanted to make sure that we had conveniences for our parents. Some can't pay everything all at once. And so they can book their flight later as opposed to paying for their flight up front or the deposit for that, as well as paying for their kids. And so most of our parents wanted that option to say, you know what, we can pay for our own flight, but then still want to go. Once we find out if the parents want to go, we can kind of secure their number with the travel company to say that they will travel with us, but as far as the actual flights, everything will be paid separately. But also kind of keep us clear with the district to make sure that our focus is collecting funds from the students as opposed to trying to wait for parents who are trying to make payments. And to be honest with you, most of our parents would like to pay after the first of the year. Sometimes when they receive a lump sum, they'll pay for the entire trip all at once. And so if we kind of include that now without any payment up front, it'll kind of make us have different payment dates, which will kind of confuse the process. So that's why we've always kind of separated that, just to make sure parents have the flexibility to make their own payments.
I didn't know, how were we going to find out what the payment price was? Were we supposed to call or something?
That should have been in the packet.
Oh, it's a report?
Yeah, and so, and also on the document, it should have spelled out the actual price for the single all the way through I believe they have an option for 5 in a room. But with that being said, everything should be in that document. If you have any questions, you can always call me as well.
Okay.
And I can make sure the board has, all of those attachments so that you can see those numbers, but you can go in separately through the portal.
Okay.
If you want to.
And the reason is French law has a rule saying that no minor under the age of 17 can sleep in the same bed with another. And so they have rooms for 4, but they'll have up to 5 beds in that same room. And so these are larger rooms that will provide that. So that's French law.
Yeah. That's should be everybody.
Yes. That's French law. Same hotel. Same hotel. As soon, and they've kept very good records. As soon as anyone has booked, I've gotten an email. This parent has already booked their accommodations, and again, they can book their own flights because some have found cheaper, flights just randomly. And so ours is in a package, so it gives you flexibility to kind of do it as you see fit.
So they will be in the same hotel, the same resort, but not in the same immediate one.
Okay.
So, and, and I know, Mr. Moody he's done this, of course, many times. So, all of the parents that do travel and others that do travel that are not chaperones, they will be able to travel along, but they are not, they will not be able to interact with kids or go into the students' rooms or all of those kinds of things. They'll be able to, ride the bus to the different excursions and things like that. But even if a child's parent is there, the child has to answer to our people, stay with our group. They can't go off on excursions with their parent or things like that because we are responsible for making sure that they're safe.
Very questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Thank you, Mr. Wood. Ms. Bradley.
Nothing to add.
Any board members have any questions about anything on that? Okay, next superintendent's report.
Just a couple of really quick things. We did not have any FOIA requests since the last month. We had discussed putting together a board newsletter for the community, a board-wide newsletter. So we will be using the things that the board has done and the board actions that were taken from July through this meeting tonight, and we will be putting together a draft version. Once we have that together, we will send that to all of you so that you can see and make sure that, you know, we want it to reflect what the board is looking to do. So we do anticipate that it will include at a minimum an introduction to all of the board members. So for those board members for whom we do not have your photograph, we need to work with you to get photographed with Mrs. Bradley so that we can, you know, add your smiling, happy faces as a part of that. Two other just quick things, just as an FYI. The Phoenix Police Department will be working with Coolidge to do some of their training for their police officers. That is one of the things that's really beneficial for them to be able to actually train in a school. Obviously, this will take place on some weekends when there are no students around. But I just wanted to make you aware of that, that you will see that taking place. Is that Sundays or Saturdays?
One is a Saturday and then one is the 21st, and then there's another one on Saturday.
Okay, so the first one is September 21st. So I just wanted to make you aware so that if you happen to go by Coolidge and you see a whole bunch of police cars, you're not wondering what next.
I'm sorry, October 21st.
Oh, October 21st, okay, sorry about that. And then the last quick thing I just wanted to make the board aware of, we received a contact from our union president stating that some emails had been sent to all of our union teachers, basically discouraging them from participating or remaining in the union, which is a violation of the Education Labor Relations Act, which of course that did not come from us. It came from an outside entity.
Did they send it to the school email or their personal?
They sent it to the school email. And so in a previous FOIA request, someone had FOIA to get the school email addresses, which we are required to provide. So those were sent out. So the union did make us aware of that. We double checked with our attorney to ensure, you know, how we could appropriately deal with it. So she did verify that based on, because we have in our board policy that our emails are for the purpose of serving our kids in curriculum, et cetera, we were able to go ahead and block that sender. And so, but we have shared with them also that in many cases, we will not know if things like that happen. And so we do need them to report that to us so that we can handle it. Thank you to Mr. Roth. He was on it right away and we were able to get it taken care of. But I just wanted to make you aware in case you heard or you did something that is like that.
Which brought on a different business.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. They told us don't even open it up.
Absolutely.
Because there's somebody in there filter things. Something like that.
For all of the districts.
Yeah, but this was where another staff person was sitting, you know, that we know of, another staff, people still in other staff. So the district office sent out a blast and said, do not open them up for them. Because I got a whole bunch of them, everybody got them.
Yeah. So. And I just, on that same note, I encourage everybody to be extra careful.
Yeah.
Both the spam and the other, opportunities, whether it's through your phone or other things, those are all ramping up right now. We've had a lot more of that. We have also had at least one occasion where someone again tried to file unemployment in someone else's name. So these are things that are ramping up right now, so I just encourage all board members and of course all staff and community members to just be extra diligent and extra careful, because we know that those are the kinds of things that are happening right now. So, and that is the end of my report, and the has a
Mr. Ronnie Skinner,
Yes, ma'am.
second person. Come on up. He's with,
How you all doing?
We're good.
5 minutes. Okay.
Ours was on.
All right, how you all doing? My name is Mr. Skinner. I'm here in the community, have a business, a non-profit business of mentoring and tutoring. If you see, I have an enrichment program that we're starting up. Actually October the 1st with DJing, improv, creative art, mentoring, everything. For the last 24 years, I've been saving people's lives through DCFS and juvenile justice. So so what we're doing now is kind of like taking our craft and we put it in different neighborhoods right now. So one of the things, since I work in this neighborhood, I want to open up my business to this neighborhood, because I have a lot of kids in foster care in this area. So they come to my program, they have to bring a friend for incentives, right? So a lot of the friends just like the way we go about doing things in our mentoring program. So they say, hey, Mr. Skinner, you know what? You should do this, you should do that. So I say, you know what? That might be okay. Then a lot of the foster parents in this neighborhood, they said, Mr. Skinner, you know what? You can be a service to our community. So I'm here to open up you all to be maximized and utilized with my expertise of mentoring. We mentoring females and males all the way from the ages of 8 to 18. Kids on the spectrum too. We have a couple kids on the spectrum in this area that come to our program also. But again, I've been doing this for 24 years. I just want to be here. But the homework zone we have that's going to be opened up is to help parents with the homework of their kids. We want to assist them. The other enrichment programs, DJ program, we want to give kids some skills. Improv is letting them open up and communicate through improv. That's one of the things. Mentoring, I'm teaching skills. I'm a skilled person. I want to teach you how to shake a person's hand, eye contact, say hello when you're out in public. I want you to master these skills. I want to hold parents accountable. I want to use resources with the parents. I want to wrap parents around. I was part of the wraparound in Chicago. I mean, out here in the south suburb, where we was wrapping families up at different schools years ago. And one of the things we did is, I can't mentor your kid if I don't ask you what do you need. Impossible, right? I must ask you what you need, because guess what kids do? They go to their auntie, their uncle, their father might have some things that's going on, and the resources that I have, I want to assist them so the mentoring can be easier for us at the same time. Kids want to see that you have an interest in their family so they can connect. We want to connect. I heard some of the things that they was talking about, and there's some things that I can assist them with, because parents are looking for something for their kids, grandparents are looking for something for their kids, and I want to be that beacon of light. So I can, I'm in this neighborhood, I want to be valued, I want to be open in this in this community to give back. If someone blessed me with a skill to give back, I want to make sure that I give the skill to the community that I have my businesses. So any questions, I want to be able to answer them. I'm excited, because it's the energy you have to have for behaviors and dealing with kids. You have to outweigh them with the energy, and it will stop them at the door, because your energy must maximize their behavior. So I believe in that. I'm currently doing some stuff with my church, which is the Valley Kingdom. People call me all the time, come to my school. It's not enough for me to go around. It's hard for me to empower other men, because we are looking for men who have a heart to change. Not giving up on kids because they spit on you or they call you names or everything like that. Because some people quit on people if they spit on you or call you a name. Guess what? I don't know how to quit. That's my downfall. I don't know how to give up on a family. I don't know how to give up on a kid. One thing I know is we have a goal. So in this goal, we're gonna have some bumpy road, but we will not quit. I let the parents know, we ain't quitting on no kid. He can be disruptive, he can be disrespectful. Why we gonna quit? Because it's easy. It's easy, that's what we do. We quit on people because they don't like what we say. They don't follow, so I don't know no kid do follow all instructions. But if you quit on them,
it's like we never started anything. So with the energy that I have, the passion that I have, you know, I'm in shape for this. That's what I say, I'm in shape to deal with kids. I breathe real good. I make sure I get my rest. I'm just saying, I'm just real with you. I make sure that I stay in shape because I understand what I'm here for. I understand my purpose and I know my passion. And I want to make sure that I give that to you all. A lot of you all I've seen before at different places, but you know, it is what it is. I'm here now. So I want to be valued. Like I said, I want to be out there. I want to be in the trenches. I want you all to say, you know what? Let's maximize this young man. And again, everything I'm doing here is not even free. It's all about a donation. Whatever they want to give, bring it. Whatever they have, bring it. You know, because I believe some kids are asking for us, and we need to put these kids in the best position so they can do what? Open up. They can open up and say, hey, you know what? I'm glad I'm here in this area right here. You know, so I just want, like I say, I want to make sure that I give you all the best services possible, the parents. I want to be accountable for the things that I do. I do a lot of storytelling. I do a lot of rapping with the kids because I want them to be able to communicate in the way they are. I'm not here to change kids. I'm here to give them the tools to change themselves when it's available for them to do. So I will bring in a lot of people that they can talk to so they can get the realest part of what it is. How much money you make. That's usually the thing they want to know. How much money do you make? And this is what I want to do. And a lot of this stuff they want to do now is content related. Everything with content, this is what they want to do. So guess what? I have to find people that do content. I have to tell them about different services that I know of that teach you how to do YouTube and everything that they want to do. I take them there so they can have choices. I use the Oculus to take them on vacation. More of the kids I deal with never will go to college, some of them. So I use the Oculus glasses and I let them walk around different campuses so they can feel and embrace how a campus life will feel, you know? So again, I use a lot of tools to deal with kids. I'm here for you all, maximize me, and if you have any questions, I'm here.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. To us, and we will move this over. Next is the adjournment. We have a motion to adjourn. Second. Motion by Shane, second by Burton. Roll call, please.
Okay, I'm ready. All right, Mrs. Burton?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
EPA?
Yes.
Ms. Shane? Mr. Thurman? Yes. Mrs. Little?
Yes.
Ms. Dane?
8:14. Meeting adjourned. She just moved itself.